I have to say, one thing about WrestleMania being in New Orleans is how catchy the theme songs are.
Yeah.
Or the music in general. Like, you know, I'm not one for Kid Rock's music, at least post 2000, if you like. But
yeah, exactly. I didn't even know.
Hall of Famer Kid Rock, but we should add.
Hall of Famer Kid Rock.
But you know, best class.
Who couldn't be arsed to actually dress up for the ceremony?
Well, a lot of people say he looked like the Mrs. Da. Did you see that?
I can't describe what he looks like, because it was just, everything was just, what?
Rockstar fashion. Anyway, WrestleMania 34.
It's not Rockstar.
Well, the fact is that he is a rockstar, he could get away with it, maybe. Anyway, beside the point, WrestleMania 34 taking place at the Mercedes Superdome in front of, what was it, 70-something thousand people? Like
78 or something.
So it was some, like, overall, I enjoyed WrestleMania, like, you have to say. We'll get straight to the shows anyway. Sorry, what?
The last hour, I think, wasn't great, but I think that was because a lot of the issues was the crowd was dead. Because it was so long. It was
long. Yeah. Like up till 5 in the morning here in Ireland anyway. That's how it went until it went on till, so.
Yeah.
The Andre the Giant Battle Royale we'll talk about first, so was what it was. Like any other Battle Royale.
I missed this because I was gone to the shop to get stuff for WrestleMania. I just heard that Matt won though.
Yeah.
That's all.
So there was no NXT stars in this one for a change at all.
None at all. No. I thought I saw Almas at the start, but it was actually Matt in, because it looked like he was wearing the same attire as the night before.
Well, it was between in the end it was between Matt Hardy, Mojo Rawley, and Baron Corbin. So Matt Hardy against the two previous winners until Bray Wyatt came out of nowhere. And then Hardy then as a result got rid of Mojo and Corbin. Then after the match, Bray and Matt hugged as a sad John Cena looked on. So it was certainly what it was. It was a fun finish, but it's very curious to see what goes on now between Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, well,
I'm intrigued by it.
We saw what happened.
Yeah, but what beyond that was what I mean.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I wonder how long they'll keep it going before Bray probably, more than likely, definitely will turn.
I think it's like he's all hiding it and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
I was going to say though, but we'll talk about how it leads on to Raw later on. But Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight title. I was very disappointed this was pre-show, but it's still an awesome match for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, because for me, this is the pinnacle of how the new 205 is right now. And these guys have been, as I've been talking about last week, the headliners for it. Like, you know, love Mustafa Ali's attire. How class was his light and edge and scare.
Yeah, brilliant.
Loved all that. But it was an awesome match. Both knew each other like the back of their hands. Great layout of the match. Both works very hard. Yeah. Ali's at the top rope in Spanish Fly, but he kept working hard and so many near falls after near falls. It was Alexander that literally destroyed his friend by back elbows, then put him away with the lumbar check for the new champion. And then here we are now. So it was a great babyface versus babyface match. So,
yeah,
like, you know,
Rockstar Spud, Drake Maverick, was actually crying at the end of it. Did you see that?
Yeah, because he shows his enthusiasm for 205 Live, which is a good thing.
And I like it.
The women's battle royale now, which had both Paige and Beth Phoenix in commentary. It's kind of strange though how here's Becky who got a separate entrance, and then everyone else massed in straight away.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. And then Sasha and Bailey got an entrance after it.
Pretty much, they got their entrance. So there's a good portion of NXT ladies in this. There was Tanara Conte, Kairi Sane, Peyton Royce, Devita Dive, Bianca Belair, and Dakota Kai.
Dorita Diva.
Yeah. But they all worked together as well at one stage.
Yeah.
Unlike the men's match, where they're not trying to tell resembling a story here, and they got a ton of fun, and they all like that. One shout out particular, Belair, which I'm very high praise for. Belair broke out with a 450.
Yeah.
So fair play to that though. So, but I loved the end of this match so much, where it was. Like, what added to this match more so, like, I think the main key point of the match, I think, gone to the men's match, was Matt Hardy had that intriguing conversation with the trophy, which led him to be a favourite.
Yeah.
Here's the story of the subplot of Bayley and Banks helps in this match, because it becomes, because as most expected, it came down to the two of them, and then Bayley went for a handshake. Sorry, Banks went for a handshake. Bayley then smartened up and tossed her over, and she thought she won.
Yeah.
Then Naomi, who was never eliminated, came up, and Bailey was not happy. Like, no, she was eliminated, no, and then Naomi got rid of her, and that was that.
Yeah.
It was a good match, though. I enjoyed the women's rumble way more than the men's one, I have to say.
I'd agree. I rewatched obviously the men's one on the a couple of days after, and yeah, it wasn't great.
Now, onto the main show. The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor for the IC title match. Love them, love the choice of openers from all of them. Love Seth's new attire. Miz
Seth the White Walker.
Looks like a White Walker,
He's
yeah.
a White Walker.
Now, what's your view on the whole Balor for everyone thing at the moment? The way,
I don't see why people are making such a big deal.
Neither do I. I think it's taking out proportion. I loved his entrance to do it actually, where the whole crowd were coming out and supporting him. I think that works.
Exactly, yeah. I'd agree with you. I think that. I think they were members of the LGBT community in New Orleans as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that works well. But as the match went on, the crowd were really invested into it. Though it works into a very basic Triple Threat formula where it's 2 in and 1 out with dives from Rollins and so on and so forth. But the pace was awesome, very clean, smooth match, nice spots involved. A lot of teases as well, with Rollins going for the barricade bomb as well, leading to renewing their rivalry going forward as well. And obviously Rollins hitting the superplex, and then Balor almost doing the callback of their recent matches. So it's that sort of thing. It goes back to we talked about of all the callbacks from the rivalries we talked about with Ciampa and Gargano. There's hints of that with Balor and Rollins. So that's a rivalry I'd love to see more of going forward for sure. Given they're both on the same on the show by the time we speak next week.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They might not even be on the same show next week.
We'll have to see what happens. In the end, it was Miz hit a skull-crushing finale, but Balor hit a double stomp to break up things. Then Balor hits another, but Balor hits a curve stomp and then hits another for the win in a great opener. Yeah. Great match, hot crowds. Here's Amy, who was beside me, who's like the biggest Seth Rollins fan. She was literally in tears at the end, so I should imagine. So
perfect match to start.
Well, speaking of Finn Balor sent a message to the Los Boat crowds, which by the way I had to give a huge shout out of because he did a massive, fantastic job as always at WrestleMania parties. Great entertainment, start and finish, and obviously was awesome. I have to tell you, if you listen to the podcast, he also said that they'll remember for a chance called "Let's Go Back Up Sucks," where the show was on backup during the Rousey Triple H, the Rousey Kurtz. Triple H match, and there's a backup screen for box office in the middle of the screen. Yeah. It didn't take away from the match, but it was over for 10 minutes was a concern, but it develops that chance, and rather than be annoyed by it, they all made fun of it, so it goes to show you. Now, Charlotte versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title. Loved Charlotte's entrance, by the way. All decked out in gold's coming out like that, so. Yeah,
kind of similar to when she was helping Triple H with his entrance at the last time WrestleMania was in New Orleans. Fantastic entrance. I think hers was probably my favourite entrance of the whole WrestleMania night.
Oh, I'm with you, 100%. Yeah. There's no more elegant one than that, surely, anyway. But
Asuka's was kind of more like
it was what it was.
Was more like a Blade Runner sort of thing, you know. I don't like those ones that are kind of just for TV only.
Yeah,
I want everybody to get the experience.
But I liked the match in the sense that it had a great sense of urgency. With Asuka controlling early, staying ahead of the champion, and then leading the attack until Charlotte eventually made the comeback, moonsaulting into a triangle, and showed great resilience. So what I liked about the match, although so many great spots, like Asuka hitting an apron suplex to the floor, my god, that hurts. Remember seeing that? And hitting the Spanish, and then Charlotte hitting the Spanish fly.
Yeah.
What was the last time you seen that?
The Spanish fly was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think it's normally associated with cruiserweights, but I've never seen the women do it before.
No, there you go. Some great intensity, and then until it got to the end where Charlotte did such a great arm selling the arm, so it was almost like a figure 7 that won the match in the end, where Charlotte tapped to it. Yeah. Everyone was shocked when we watched the match. And the thing is though, the way I see this match, I think it for me there's no better person to beat the streak than Charlotte to me, without question. I questioned initially if it was the right time.
Why?
I wasn't. Well, I think if it leads to something down the line, makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Like with Charlotte and Rousey, for example, which has been heavily rumored now for after.
Yeah.
Then it would make sense. And to be fair, streaks are some could argue the streak is now taking too much of a life of its own over Asuka.
Yeah.
So maybe to break it is finally getting rid of that duck, and that's that now.
Definitely.
So maybe in that case it works.
I liked it for basically it was their closest thing to having a surprise win similar to the Undertaker's surprise loss.
It was
at
certainly
the last New Orleans WrestleMania against Brock.
It wasn't as much. It was as much as a surprise. No, excuse me. It wasn't even close to surprise. But what I mean is, like, it was definitely.
It was close to surprise.
No, what I mean is, it's not close to Undertaker Brock. No, they'll ever beat that. But in terms of the most surprising show, it's I'll say second biggest surprise
of the night. Really? Okay.
Behind how amazing Ronda Rousey did, but we'll get into that a bit shortly.
Okay, now you have me confused even more.
How?
Because I thought your other surprise would have been the main event.
Well, now you mentioned it. Could be up there. Anyway, after that match happened, a ref came out telling a fan, John Cena, that Undertaker is there.
I really didn't like that.
Do you think so?
I really didn't like that.
They didn't take away from Charlotte now. That's one thing.
I thought it was the bad thing to do. I didn't think they needed to do it during that match.
It wasn't during the match, though. It was straight after.
You know what I mean? Like, that's still, for me, until they move on, it's still part of the match. Because even the promo and stuff afterwards and stuff, like, no. Well, you could have done it, like, after one of the other matches. That probably wasn't as shocking or didn't mean as much.
There was a funny meme about that as well, where it seems like, no, it's okay, you're only kidding. Oh, but no, just cook in the bathrooms. Oh, off you go. Let's get into it too much. Anyway, Randy Orton.
That picture of John Cena or the gif of John Cena running up the ramp is just taking on a life on its own.
like a lot of other gifs.
Yeah.
Now, Randy
More
Orton.
Like the my one for it would be like when you see that Jinder is actually the champion again. John Cena running.
Well, speaking of that, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, and Mahal Rusev for the US title. Let's just talk about this very quickly. Like, Orton runs wild and RKO's just very quickly. Basically, long story short, Rusev is so popular he loses to Mahal to become champion. As you said earlier on, like, I'm starting to think that by that philosophy, yeah. Why they ruin Rusev Mania? Why? Well,
it didn't happen.
Well,
the match did not happen. The US title had been vacated just before WrestleMania. The US title does not exist anymore. It's taken away. It ended with Randy Orton just before WrestleMania, where the decision was made to get rid of the US title because they have the North American title now.
Let me stop you right there. And let's get on to the best match of the night, in my opinion. Let me acknowledge the US title. I've invited that. I'm uninviting to do that, okay?
You're gonna need to get a bleep for this, but Jinder. Seriously. And I shouldn't even say that about Jinder because it's not his fault.
Yeah, it's the way he's booked. Simple as that.
Yeah, you know what? Get another one ready. Vince. Right? Jesus Christ. Oh. And then the booking that they made for SmackDown. Well, I'll get on to that when we get over to SmackDown. Don't you worry. I'll get on to that. But let's move on to something that made me happy. Let's get on to this.
Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Loved all their entrances. Like Triple H and Steph coming out in motorcycles.
I couldn't get it out of my head. There was I think it's one of the guys that does the Simpsons like wrestling meme page.
Yeah.
He did like, oh, here comes here comes Triple H and Stephanie, and it's when Homer buys a motorcycle, and then his other friends like have a lawnmower and a bicycle and stuff like that. It's so brilliant. We're all in this little gang. It's so good.
I have to say though, Triple H now, I only found this, like, considering his age, he's 48 years old now. Yeah. He's probably in the best shape ever.
Yeah, but he's 48 years old. Just he can get rid of the training wheels off the bike, maybe. Yeah. Drive an actual bike, maybe.
How awesome was Ronda Rousey's gear?
Class.
Like Piper inspired mini kilts and all. Yeah. Class it was like so. But no, this was a awesome match. Like and
she got a great reaction.
Oh my god! Yeah, but like even after the match, there was endless cheers of Ronda Rousey. Yeah. So
she proved that in that match. Like they had to wait a little bit of time. Obviously, like I thought it was going to go this way in terms of it was mostly going to be Angle and Triple H.
But what she did so well as well, even when she was taunting with Triple H, I loved stuff like that where he's on the outside and it's like, oh, you just watch now, I just go beat up your wife, like, you know, just stuff like that. But the match it was so well played out, like, you know, angle locking.
It's the longest match of the night as well.
It was, which, by the way, I found an interesting fact about that. For the last 10 WrestleManias, I think, in 8 of those occasions, Triple H's match has been the longest one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Indeed. But anyway, like, you know, there's so many awesome spots. The crowd are mental for this whole match because Steph, like, they made it a bit competitive with Steph, I have to say. Like, Stephanie played her part in this match. There's no question about that. We have to give her all the credit in the world for that.
Yeah.
But like the stuff with like when I loved when Rousey was stepping up to Triple H, striking him and getting that thing where she actually did stepped over her into like a fireman's carry.
Yeah,
that's incredible. But like she was just so slick and everything.
Yes,
I can't speak highly enough of how good it was. And eventually, in the end, it was Angle took out Triple H with the ankle lock, and Stephanie armbarred Steph. Triple H managed to roll Angle into Rousey for the break. The boss took control, posting the opponents and looking for pedigrees, but they foiled, and Rousey got the armbar, and Steph tapped out immediately.
Yeah, broke her arm.
Literally broke her arm, but it was such a brilliantly laid out match. Yeah, like way better than probably any of us thought.
Yeah,
any of us thought. This over delivered. This match shouldn't have been the best match, but it was. And he did such a good job, so I cannot wait to see how, like, and again we talked, and we were this was the biggest mystery or the biggest thing going into this match. One of the biggest intriguing points: how good is Ronda Rousey as a wrestler? And she is, and she's only been training how long? Not long. Probably that's probably 6 months. And she's saying what she's going to be like next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah. I think the interesting thing now, and this is going to be the challenge for her, is what's next.
Indeed. Certainly at this point, what's next?
Who is she put up against next?
Have to see what happens. Could be anybody.
I'd like to see what she could do on a week-to-week basis, because if you want to be really critical about this, and I don't like saying this part, but let's be honest, it's true.
Yeah.
She had how many months to practice for this match to get those things down? I'd like to see her now going week to week to see if she can actually keep that level of talent consistently week by week in matches on Raw.
I don't think she's been training specifically for one match now. Like, imagine she's been training.
No, she was training, I say, for wrestling in general. But I'd say about 2-3 months leading up to that. You know how Macho Man used to have go through like every spot on a match with someone before WrestleMania, so it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
That's what she was like planning, I'm guessing, for the match on Sunday. Doesn't take away from the fact that it was amazing, because you still have to do it there in the ring, in front of everybody. And it's the first time I've ever seen her approach a ring before a match and actually smile as well, by the way.
Yeah.
I've never seen her do that before. It was kind of a little weird. But like that's why I want to see her going now, having matches week by week with people and seeing if she can change things up to keep things interesting, and they're not all going to be like squashes or anything like that. I'm guessing they will be, because they have to keep her really, really strong.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see.
We'll see. The Usos and the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. New Day coming out dressing up as coming out with the groups with a bunch of little people dressed up as sacks of pancakes.
If anyone did decide to take drugs just before that match happened, they would have been tripping balls. They would have been tripping such balls.
I think the crowd were knackered after when this match was on, like, you know. So, yeah. But
that's probably why it didn't last long, either.
You're right. So, and for me, it was the right call. I think following that match where Bludgeon Brothers just came in and dominated, they quickly took out everybody, and Super Killer Bomb finished off Kofi, and that was that. So, be interesting to see who goes up against them, because the way they've been booked, be interesting to see what happens from here. John Cena versus The Undertaker. So Cena's back in with his gear. Then the ref tells him the Taker isn't there. He leaves, and then the lights go out. And who arrives? Elias.
Yep.
We tell Cena that to leave.
It was meant to be in the Battle Royale and never was.
Yeah, so I figure he has to be involved somewhere, or maybe it was performance somewhere down the line. He couldn't leave Elias out of WrestleMania. He sings a tune, but running down Elias and the fans, and Cena attacks, does his AA and so on and so forth, and the crowd chant Undertaker, but he doesn't arrive. Cena leaves like a sad panda. Lights go down again. Taker's hat and coat are in the ring. Lighting hits them, disappears. Gong.
Yeah, that was a great way of bringing them back. I love that.
And a terrified Cena then basically just got his ass kicked by Taker. It was basically just as
Cena jobbed out. John Cena got buried. Taker's shovel is bigger than Cena's.
it was that taste.
Taker's shovel is bigger than Cena's. Oh, would you imagine?
I'm okay with it overall.
I am too, if it leads to something more.
I don't think this leads to anything
I
else.
think it's going to lead to an actual match next year.
Next year?
I think it is. I'm hoping it is, because I'm going to be at it, so I want to see a proper match at it. You know, Cena's going to say, like, I think in the next couple of weeks, saying, look, listen, I wasn't prepared for what Taker actually brings to WrestleMania. The energy, the euphoria, the everything, the mysteriousness.
Yeah.
You know, I became overwhelmed by it. I couldn't get my things going. I officially challenged Undertaker to a match next year. I am going to prepare like I've never prepared for a match before, and I am going to beat the the usual where you go, I'm beat the Undertaker next year at WrestleMania.
Where's my Undertaker? Where's my Undertaker? We'll see what happens. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. With the stipulation of Zayn and Owens winning to go back to SmackDown. Oh, the look of Daniel Bryan's face as he soaked it all in and walked out there.
Yeah.
That's another moment. Daniel Bryan coming out. And by God, it's like he never left.
Yeah.
He is slick as hell.
Yeah.
And what I loved as well is that even when if you notice the ways he doesn't take any bumps in particular, like the corner drop kicks in particular, where he clinged onto the ropes afterwards.
Yeah.
He knows how to deal around it, like, so it's awesome. But by God, it was really good to see him back. Like, the loss keeps Sami and Kevin now off SmackDown, so that could be something with the shake up perhaps, but we after seeing from all, we honestly don't know. But
well, from what we heard on Raw, I think TNA are looking for people.
Oh God, that's such a good line that Kurt Angle ever meant. In the end, it was the knee strike and the S-lock to finish it off, and that was that. So it was an awesome match. Like, it was great heat coming in. That match delivered for me. Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax for the Raw Women's title. Now, Sami was considering the story, it was almost appropriate that Jax quickly squashed Bliss to get her revenge, and that's what I thought originally. Instead, Jax took out Mickie James and pulled her out of the floor, basically just killing her, and then it's just between the two of them.
Yep.
So no getting
right
away
thing
from
to
it.
do, get the other obstacle out of the way, and so then you can just focus on who you need to.
And again, it played to the match gone to storyline, like the whole overcoming bullying thing, it looked like it was going. It was talked about. So
exactly.
But no, fair play. Like they worked hard. The crowd probably were lost in this. Like, if I again gone back to the Daniel Bryan match, probably. But fair play to Jax. Like, she overpowered Mitt Bliss, won it with a second rope Samoan drop, which basically squashed the bejesus out of it.
That twisted Bliss to the outside was unbelievable as well.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Like, Alexa was fantastic in this match too. She played her role really well.
Absolutely.
And I'm actually delighted Nia got the title in the end.
Yeah.
Delighted.
Now, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. Their long-awaited rematch from Wrestle Kingdom. And one that probably many of us hoped up would, that probably was you could argue probably the most anticipated match by the hardcore fans going to this match.
Yeah.
Both got their special, like, I love Nakamura's special entrance, obviously. The crowd were hot when they locked
I wasn't a fan of it.
The whole match?
No, we'll get into the match, but I wasn't a fan of Nakamura's entrance.
I liked that.
If it's Nakamura's entrance, you gotta be playing just violin. The guitar solo.
That's different.
No, it didn't work. Didn't work. And you know my problem with Nakamura's intro.
worked.
And he still did it. On the grandest stage of them all, everyone watching, you think they'd have him do it in time with the mutant. No.
That's not even an issue anymore for me. It's that horse left the barn ages ago.
It still grinds my gears, Dave.
Now.
He did it so well in the
Okay. Now, this match. It was a good match.
I was disappointed.
You're not the only one.
Yeah,
You're not the only one.
I put it out on the show's Twitter as well after the match was finished, and I still stand by it. I think this match suffered because of the hype. I think the hype killed this match.
One could argue, and I can't believe I'm saying this about Nakamura, one could argue he's maybe not the same Nakamura we've seen from New Japan.
No, this is WWE style Nakamura, and it can't be the same person.
I
think that's also a big factor into why the match
overall.
No, I wouldn't say failed, because it was still a decent match.
The work was fine.
It was still a decent match, but it wasn't up to the levels that we hoped or expected, because WWE style and New Japan style.
It seems like he only turns up for the big matches. One could argue, and I feel there's a bit of complacency in there with him now.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe it's due to the fact that he's been told he can't do that match that he wants, and he's upset by it. Maybe in his head he had an idea for a great match. Like, we would have seen it, like, obviously, because
that's
New
a good
Japan
point.
released,
That's a good point. Yeah,
yeah, because he's been wrestling the New Japan way for years, and since he came to WWE, I think maybe he's been shocked by how much he's been restricted, if you know what I mean, in terms of having the types of matches that he'd like.
Yeah, it's kind of strange though, where the only story I got onto this match is that WWE are saying it's a dream match.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was Styles.
It was meant to be, though.
It was.
Obviously not for the first time ever, which they kept saying as well.
Which it definitely wasn't.
It definitely wasn't, you know.
Anyway, it was Styles who counted.
Guess what, WWE? People have the internet now. They can see.
Yes. How ironic that New Japan put up that dream match.
That was genius.
Yeah. Styles countered the King Shasta into the Styles Clash to retain the title in the end. And then post-match, Nakamura hands Styles the title and then blows him turning heel, hitting the King Shasta on the floor and basically kicking the Jesus out of him.
Yeah.
Now, I think this is a great move. I think
it's the move that they had to make.
And I look forward to this.
I told you Vince didn't like a face versus face. I told you.
Yeah, but that was after. This is now.
Yeah, I thought it was going to have to lead to it at some point.
Yeah, but you didn't expect Nakamura, did you?
No, I would have hoped for AJ, because I like AJ as a heel, but I'm optimistic of Nakamura as a heel.
Well, after seeing what he did on SmackDown,
exactly.
We'll get onto that shortly. The Bar versus Braun Strowman and Nicholas.
For this not Trent Seven, not No Way Jose,
not Bobby Lashley,
who he passed by going through the crowd, not the Big Show,
not Minoru Suzuki,
no, not Okada,
not Katie Ray,
no,
Nicholas.
But Nicholas, referee Jack Cohn's son, by the way.
Yeah, I heard about that actually. Yeah.
Now, do you not support, but do you? A lot of people got salty over this.
It's mixed opinion, I agree.
Yeah. And unfortunately, a few well-known indie stars got a bit salty about it as well.
Like who?
I think, who was it? Mark Haskins put up a tweet where he wasn't happy about the decision to use Nicholas instead of, like, you know, using wrestlers who applied their trade there for years.
Yeah.
Someone else, I can't remember who else it was. But I don't support that idea that you should be salty towards it. This kid is living out a dream right now. An absolute dream.
Yeah, he's already booked for George Janela's Spring Break 3.
Listen, I've tried. I've already started the ball rolling and tried to get him involved in Scrapper Mania, so I'm trying.
Yeah, seen that.
But like, why are you hating on this kid so much? He just, if that was you, no matter what age you were, and if you're told before the match, listen, do you want to be part of WrestleMania?
I think
you would say yes. Hell yes.
I think people would be disappointed because it feels like it's a bit of a waste for the Bar.
For the Bar, yes. And obviously for what happened the day after, I can understand their point of view. But look, it's a WrestleMania moment, you know? That's what it's for. It's a WrestleMania moment. And guys, just like it. Not, you don't have to like it, but why are you going after the kid so much? Why do people go after the kids? It's not his fault.
They blame the people they see instead of the people they don't see.
Exactly.
We'll move on to the main event. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, the Universal title. Now, to be fair, this wasn't a bad match. Like, the work was very good in this match.
Yeah.
I think so, anyway. There's a few things I don't get.
Apart from the botch.
Oh, Jesus, that was a horrible cuss.
Not that botch.
Oh, the one on the table?
Yeah.
Oh, that was horrible as well. But that cut on his head, it looked like Wolfpack Sting at the end of the match.
Stop.
He looked like Wolfpack Sting.
He did.
Think about it, the red face with the black.
He did. You're right. He did. Who was, I think Peter was watching it there with me, and he fully believed that actually that was fake blood.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was a pack or something. I was like, no way is that a pack, man. That is flowing too quickly and too regularly for that to be fake. But yeah.
But one thing I don't get about this match is you've sacrificed guys like Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman of one F5, and here's Roman Reigns who survived 5, or sorry 4 until survived until he eventually lost. That I don't guess.
I don't understand it either.
Like, you know, I would have liked to think the F5 is up there with like the One Winged Angel in terms of its significance as a finisher, but it kind of takes away from it in that sense.
Exactly.
Now, apparently, the booking in this match was only changed literally last minute, according to rumor.
Rumors.
Yeah,
all rumors
concerning Roman, especially concerning Brock Lesnar's recent resign to WWE.
I don't know. I think it's just Vince trolling us all.
Yeah.
Really
After all this hype for over, this was hyped for the best part of a year.
Yeah.
Almost like last Monday year to today.
Yeah, Vince just pulled a swear on us.
Basically.
Yeah. He just did what he wanted to do. And I think, like, initially when I saw the day after with the announcement that the steel cage match is happening in Saudi Arabia, I thought, right, he's doing that because he'll get a better reaction winning it in Saudi Arabia than he would at WrestleMania.
In America.
Yeah. Not America, international, because it's an international crowd at WrestleMania.
Now, to be fair, this was a pretty...
I didn't hear so many boos, though, when he came out.
It was a good, intense and physical match. I'll give it the credit. I'll give it its due there.
Yeah.
But the fact is, no one reacted. That reaction wasn't there. Simple as that.
But, again, it's not down to the match. It was because... It's 7 hours. Like, who would you expect to be going mad for 7 hours?
Well, let's put it this way: when we saw it on in Low Blows after the Nakamura AJ match, everyone's here like, "Oh, listen, I've had my fill." Like,
exactly. Like,
most hardcore fan. Like, listen,
I saw.
Certainly for us, we're watching it till 5 a.m.
Yeah,
like,
I saw, and that's what a lot of international crowds are doing, apart from the US, really.
Yeah,
you know. I know a few people that went to the parties, and I saw like either their Snapchats or their Instagram posts of them leaving the show early. You know, and even Low Blows put up a picture saying like, look, when you have to do 7 hours, and a lot of people had already left.
Yeah,
you know, it's asking too much.
Way much.
It's asking way too much. Do you remember when it used to be 3 hours and we thought that was long?
We're so spoiled when it comes to wrestling, aren't we? You don't realise it sometimes.
For sure.
Overall, I enjoyed WrestleMania, though, I have to say.
I did. If you take the 2 main title matches out of it, I'm being deadly serious, I think it would have been a fantastic pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But I think it was too disappointing. The 2 main matches, the 2 matches you're building everything on, apart from obviously
on that case, you'd be more disappointed on AJ Nakamura, because that's a match that was built as a dream match. That, for all reasons, should have delivered, but didn't. Yeah,
exactly. It should have delivered, but it didn't. But then again, I don't know. Maybe are we expecting more from Brock and Roman?
I have no idea. I honestly don't know.
Are we more disappointed that we were all wrong with our prediction, or are we disappointed with the match? I think a lot of people are more disappointed because they thought they were being smart, thinking, oh, Roman's definitely winning. And then when they were proven wrong, that's when they got a little upset about it. I think it's more that than the actual match being poor.
We both wanted Roman to win that match.
Yeah.
So
not wanted, expected.
Well, I wanted it big time because I'm probably one of a good portion of fans who's fed up with Brock at this stage being Universal Champion by booking or whatever reason and stuff like that. Like so, and I'd rather Roman Reigns be champion any day of the week over him.
Yeah.
So, but it's almost like is it like, but I just get the sense like at this stage it's like all that lead up is just thrown away, and for Lesnar, boggles the minds.
The payoff doesn't fit the build. I know what you mean.
Long story short, it doesn't.